Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video or episode of Pick Sports Media. I'm your host, E-Man. This is Mo here. How you doing, Mo?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, man?
Good, man. Happy to talk about baseball. It's been a while, and we're in the All-Star break, so I'm pretty excited to be talking about some trade deadlines, and that's what the video's about. But overall, what did you think about the All-Star game, Home Run Derby, and what did you think about the swing-off they had at the end to win it?
Honestly, something different. Obviously, something new in history.
Yeah.
I didn't see the home run derby. I was busy working, but I did catch the All Star game and that home run, win for it all, sort of say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish it would have been more. Instead of 3 swings, it should have been 5 to give everybody a
5.
chance. But
Yeah, I would agree. I think a lot of people were complaining about Aaron Judge not batting, Shohei not batting.
come on.
Those big name
Yeah.
power hitters. I don't know what exactly happened. I heard that Aaron Judge went home, Shohei went home. I get it. You're all-star, you already played, you're going home. But I think a lot of people for next time, they like the swing off, and I just they would wish to see some star players, which no disrespect to the players who did it. Obviously,
Yeah.
Carl Schwarber won it for the NL, but it would have been nice to see Shohei, Aaron Judge, those guys, those power hitters to kind
Yeah.
of go up there and compete. But overall, it was pretty fun. And it was the most watched All-Star in history in all of sports, by the way.
Man.
I think it
Wow.
had 7.4 million views. So it surpassed basketball, football, whatever else All-Star they have. But it's the most viewed, which is, they say baseball was a dying sport. You're wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
But man, it was fun to see though. I think it's always exciting to talk about the All-Star break. We always have All-Star breaks, and I think this one's a little bit more exciting for you potentially because you're an Angel fan. Angel fans are looking okay, and this is the first time in a while since I can actually say I don't know if they're buying and I don't know if they're selling, but we'll talk about into that. But let's just first start off. Who do we think is going to be the buyers and sellers of this year? Go ahead and talk about the buyers you think will be for the American League.
Okay. No doubt. Honestly, these clubs are in a playoff contentions and expected to be active in acquiring talent. I believe in the American League, doing some research, of course. Tigers, no doubt. We got the Yankees, we got the Astros, Blue Jays, Mariners, and Red Sox. Out of those teams right there, Eman, what do you think is going to be the major 2 impact teams in those?
Man, you know what? That's the 2 impactful teams I think right now that are gonna really go hard to be buyers. I'm gonna go with the Tigers and then Red Sox. I know the Yankees are gonna also be buyers, but impactful teams who I think are gonna really make a big post the postseason. We're talking about the Red Sox. They've won 10 in a row right now. Detroit, they're hot. I know the New York Yankees have been slumping, but hey, man, watch out for the Red Sox and watch out for the Tigers. I know they're always talked about, but I want these 2 guys. I think are going to make a good push as far as making a big trade. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because I know we'll get into details on who's going to trade for who. But I agree with those Tigers, New York, Astros, Blue Jays, Mariners. I think those and Red Sox. I think those are going to be they're going to be buyers for sure.
Honestly,
for the National League, yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to point something out because I was looking at the standings too.
Yeah.
The Tigers, they got an 11-game lead. Of course, baseball is baseball, and we already know that in 1 week or 2, hey, anything can happen. But if you go to the other side, where we got the Blue Jays, Yankees, American League East, that one's more tough. It's only 2-1 game difference. So I feel, going back to what you say, the Boston Red Sox are going to make a big playoff push, and so are the Yankees, man. They want to contend.
Yeah.
But let's go into the National League real quick.
Yeah, like I was going to say, you said I know they're 11 games up or 11 and a half, but look at the Dodgers. Dodgers were 9 games up, and now we're only 5 games up, So we lost 7 in a row, which was brutal, but it's baseball, man. The Detroit can lose 8 in a row, and the other teams can win, and you never know. So, baseball is baseball. They're looking really good right now as the Tigers. But let's jump into the National League here. We got my Dodgers. Of course, they're always, they're gonna get some people. Yeah, they're always gonna be buyers, man. Chicago Cubs, man, but for sure buyers. The New York Mets are buyers. Philadelphia Phillies are buyers. The Giants are gonna be buyers. I'm a little iffy on the Giants. I do think they're still gonna buy. They're there in the playoff spot, and I do think they're gonna buy. But man, they're struggling right now. So I think for sure they're gonna be buyers. Padres are going to be buyers for sure. I don't think they'll be sellers. I don't think they're going to sell. No, they're going to for sure buy. Yeah. So, yeah, those are the teams. For you, same question I'll ask you. Who are the two most impactful teams that you think are going to, like, really sell hard on that? Because, the Dodgers already did some big offseason moves, which that's what our owner didn't want to do in the All-Star break, is to kind of spend a lot of money to get these named guys, because once the All-Star break happens, your price goes up as a player, because people want you. Yeah. For you, out of that list, who do you think is going to be really impactful?
I want to go, I don't know why, but I'm just going to go out there, Giants and Padres. I feel those two teams compete hard with the Dodgers, obviously. Yeah. Like you talked a good point with the Dodgers. They already did what they did with your owner, which is smart. Get it ahead of the game. Don't worry about last. Excuse me. Yeah. I feel the Mets did the same thing. Yeah. So, in my opinion, if you're looking at the standings real quick, just a quick recap. Yes, Dodgers still have a 5.5. You got the Padres coming in second, and you got the Giants right there. D-backs, unfortunately, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I feel that D-backs are going to be mainly sellers trying to.
Yeah, and there's additional teams that are kind of the buyers on the spectrum, slightly less certain, like the Twins, Guardians, Royals, Rangers, Angels, Braves, Brewers, Reds, D-backs, and it just depends really what we're gonna go to in the podcast today. So, but I mean, we got so much to talk about, because it's gonna be who's gonna sell, who's gonna buy. But that's why I'm excited to really talk about this, man. So, our sellers. We got some teams here who are obviously going to be sellers. You got the Rockies, of course, not buyers. Obviously, the record is horrible. No offense to any Rockies fans. I'm sorry for you guys are going through this, but Rockies are sellers. Marlins, the Marlins have been playing good baseball as of late. They're not that bad as far as if they can win like 6 in a row, they'll be over 500, I believe. I just think they would rather. I think they would rather sell right now. I know a lot of guys they want to get rid of. White Sox, obviously, sellers. Pirates, man, sellers. Paul Skeens might get traded. Nah, I don't think so. Hey, man.
You never know. I mean, I wouldn't mind having him over in our side, but we would have to unload a lot of prospects.
Yeah, Kyron Paris, maybe.
Yeah, that's another subject. But my boy.
Hey, but you guys just drafted a guy who's nasty. I don't know his name, but yeah, I saw his highlights. He's the second round. You guys got him. He looks pretty nasty.
Yep.
So that being said, we have the Nationals who are going to be sellers, and we have the A's are going to be sellers. It's unfortunately they're going to be sellers, man. Out of that group that I named there, who are you most disappointed at?
I'm going to go with the A's. I'll tell you why. Even though being an Angel fan, of course, as you guys may know, yes, they are in our division, but they have a good team, man, no doubt.
Yeah, man.
Butler, Rooker, Wilson. Yeah. They have Andujar, right? Andujar, the veteran president.
I don't know if Andujar's in. I think he's still in that team. I'm not sure.
I thought it was a third baseman. Yeah.
Kurtz.
Kurtz, yeah. Kurtz. The pitching too, Miller, correct?
Mason Miller, yeah. They got a good Sears. They got Severino, which it's not bad.
But it's just, again, we talked this in another episode. I feel, yes, maybe rebuild a little bit, some pieces, not everybody, until they get their own stadium, their own crowd, which is 2 years from now, I believe, and then just go from there.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, the most disappointing team is going to be the A's for me. At first, they were a good team, man. They fell apart, unfortunately. But the two teams I think on there is A's and Nationals for me. I know the Nationals weren't going to be anything crazy, but they have good talent too. Wood, they got they just sent down, who'd they send down? I mean, he was one of their good players. I forgot his name already, but
who was the Nationals?
Yeah, it was that one prospect they called up. He had a bunch of speed. I forgot his name.
I know
man.
who you're talking about, but it's not CJ Abrams, no, because he's still
there. No. But CJ Abrams is a good pitcher. They have Mackenzie Gore. Mm-hmm. They got a catcher we traded for with the Dodgers.
Keibert Ruiz.
Ruiz. I forgot the other guy's name. I'll put it right here on the screen here. But he was supposed to be promising. But overall, those two teams are the most disappointing for me. To not really kind of contend. I know they weren't gonna be like crazy contenders, but at least somewhat show something, because they fell apart, all those teams. We already knew the Rockies, we already knew the Marlins, we knew the White Sox, we knew the Pirates, even though they had good pitching schemes and Jones and Keller and all that, but we knew they weren't going to have the offense that we, even with the no Cruz and Brian Hayes, and they had good players, but I don't think they need to make some moves, man. So I think they're going to be obviously sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Tough stuff to be those type of fans, man. I feel bad for you guys. I do. But, it's going to get better for you guys eventually.
It's baseball, man.
It will, So it's baseball, like Mo says.
It's some, real quick, and this goes into that. I know we didn't mention these teams, but noteworthy mentions, you never know. The D-backs, what do you think about, it's being talked about, Eugenio Suarez? What do you think about them? Is he going somewhere?
Yeah, you know what? I think I don't want him to go, man. I like him on the D-backs. And I know he talked about he likes being there, but, the one team that's probably going to get him are the Yankees. They need a third baseman.
Bro, I was thinking that when I was saying his name. I don't know why, but the Yankees are like...
Yankees, man. Well,
Yankees are like
that's been the talks.
The Dodgers, sorry.
Yeah, that's been the talks with him, is that he's going to go to the Yankees. So,
They also got... sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say other key players, too, that we haven't talked about. Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, and Josh Naylor. I mean, like you said, the D-backs are kind of fading away. So I feel maybe they'll trade them for some prospects.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Naylor, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, even the Baltimore Orioles most likely might be sellers. Likely sellers of veterans such as maybe Sagano, Mullins, Ryan O'Hearn. I do think Ryan O'Hearn gets moved, man. I do think it. Gregory Soto and Zach Eflin.
You know what?
I had to pronounce that correctly.
I want to say this, and I'm going to call it. I want to say my Angels go after Zach Gallen and Gregory Soto.
You know what? We'll get into that, but yes, that's on my mind, and I'll explain it later.
We need pitching, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So on the fence, though, these are clubs hovering over 500 and are impacted of key injuries at their deadline strategy could swing either way. So these teams right here I'm going to mention could go sellers or buyers. We got the Tampa Bay Rays. We got the Rangers, and those are good teams. Those are really good teams. Milwaukee Brewers, who are actually a really good team right now. But if anything goes south, I think they're gonna sell. We got the Angels. That's the topic that I'm like, man, dude, because you know what? For the first time in a while, the Angels are actually in a little bit of contention and possibly can make a playoff push. Because this time every year for the past 12, 13, 14 years for you guys have been absolutely no way to even talk about. As we're making a playoff push was when you guys had Ohtani still that last year. Remember, you guys didn't want to trade him.
Well, look at this.
You guys thought you guys might make a push.
And a lot of people got pissed because they were like, we should have gotten a bunch of players. He left anyways, yada, yada, whatever. But hey, man, real quick, with that said, 9 games back out of first, and in the wild card, 4 games. You're telling me with what's the season right now? We got 47 and 49, so that's what, 89. We got about 90 games, right? Played already? More or so?
I think so, yeah. More so.
88, 90 games. Man, we still got a lot of baseball to play, bro. Come on.
Man, but the question is, here, Mo, Arte Moreno, is he going to buy or sell? That is your guys' problem, I feel like. It's the ownership. Now, I'm going to say my thoughts. I think you guys finally are going to be buyers this year. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think you guys are going to be buyers.
He's going to go in because
I think
obviously he's been in the talks in the waters of selling the team. He backed out of a deal that we almost had. Respectfully, hey, I met Mr. Moreno many years ago. I was a young buck, 17 years old, or 18, I believe. And, he's had the team for a while. So I feel it's time for a change. And Angel fans that are going to listen to this, put it in the comment, tell me your perspective.
Yeah.
I know we have a little quick shout out to one of my boys that always comments, and we go way back, me and him, Joe, we go way back since middle school. But yeah, we always like your feedback. Joe.
Yeah.
We always like
we appreciate your feedback, Joe.
Yeah, it's fun. It's interactive. Yeah. We can keep going with this. We can bring some new stuff. But back to topic. We are gonna buy. We are gonna move some pieces that I feel we need to move. Potentially Jorge Soler, in my opinion. I like the guy, former champion. But hey, man, we have a lot of depth in the outfield for once, and in the field too.
Yeah. I say the same thing. I think you guys are going to buy. I think, like you said, as an Angel fan, you guys are due to actually buy for the first time in a while, man. So I'm liking that. I'm liking what you said. If you guys feedback as well, guys, let us know what you guys think. Angels are going to buy. Angels are going to sell. What do you guys think they're going to do? I think me and Mo are buying. They're going to buy. So like you said, there's some players in there that might get traded. Soler, I think Soler gets traded. Other than, I don't know who else potentially could get traded, but for sure Soler's on my list.
I want to say him, and like I told you earlier when we talked on the phone this week, I like Kyron Paris. I like Christian Moore. You know, we're getting Brandon Drury back pretty soon. Excuse me. We have Moncada still. So I feel if we don't move Moncada and Soler for other, you know, pitching or prospects, we might move Soler or the other, one of the big, you know, veteran presence for the name, of course, and what they're doing. Because don't get me wrong, Moncada, when he's on, he's on. Switch hitting guy, he comes back, yet he's injury prone. I get that knee again, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe Kyron Paris, man, respectfully, you know, we do have a lot of players that are, you know, talented, developing. So we can give up a guy like Kyron Paris to get something back.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting who you guys trade, who you guys go after. It's gonna be interesting, man. I don't know exactly what players you guys would even be trading for. Like you said, a Soler, Moncada, Paris, a little bit of some of the prospects you guys got. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna do there. So next we got is the Guardians. I think they're gonna sell. I just don't see them. They're in a bad stretch right now, you know?
Yeah, we got the Guardians they're 12 games back and 4.5 of the wild card. So
yeah, man. They were a good team. They were a playoff team. I don't know what happened. They just went on a losing streak, and I think they lost 11 in a row at some point. But I think the Guardians end up selling. But maybe I mean we'll see, man. Because again, they're a decent team. They went to the playoffs last year. Obviously, they lost to the Yankees.
Yeah,
but you know they are a playoff contention team. But we'll see. I think they most likely sell. Got the Twins. Man, that's a tough one, man. I love Buxton, Royce Lewis, Correa. We got a bunch of players on that team. Joe Ryan. We got Pablo Lopez, right? Pablo Lopez. So man, there's a bunch of players, so much talent on that team. I think they buy though. I think they buy. I think they buy just because Buxton's healthy. I think Royce Lewis is back at being healthy, and I just think they buy. I think they have to go for it this year too. What do you think?
Correct. Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. They have Duran, correct, as a pitcher?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he's nasty too.
Duran. Yeah, he's nasty.
I mean,
I got some interesting stuff about Duran soon. So
okay. Look at the standings.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, sorry, going back to the Twins, they're right there below the Tigers, but the Tigers just are hot, man. Respectfully.
Yeah, man.
They got that cushion 11-game lead, you know. So I feel like the Twins will make a playoff push. They'll work hard, and they might give up a guy or two that we know are top players and maybe some key prospects too.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like the Twins could possibly. I feel like they're gonna buy, but also I feel like they're gonna sell as well. But it's tough, man, because even if they do sell, I think they only give up like one of their pitchers, and I'm gonna say Duran. And I think after that, they're gonna get some key players back to make a playoff push. And I'll tell you in a bit why. But that's why it's in the fence, because it's like we see, you know.
Yeah.
We got the Reds now. Reds are, you know, questionable too. They got Ellie, they got Lux, they got a bunch of good players, man. Got some decent. They got Hunter Green. He's nasty. I love him. I love seeing him pitch.
That guy we do on Price Picks, TJ Friedl.
TJ Friedl. Yeah,
he's
TJ
like
Friedl.
Just out of nowhere, he just comes. And remember, I told you he was on a streak. And then I'm like, let me put fire on him.
He was hot, man. But I do think the Reds. I think they sell. What do you think?
Yeah. They got Sonny Gray still, right? The pitcher, starting pitcher.
I think he was the Cardinals.
If he's still there or not? Starter?
No, he's gone. Cardinals. He was the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, my bad. But he was a Red. Sorry, I was confused.
He was a Red. Yeah. But he's gone now.
Where are we at with the Reds? Let's see here.
I think they sell.
They're 7.5 games back too. I mean, it's because the Cubs took off with that lead.
Cubs are hot, man. Cubs are hot.
But you know what? Like you say, Cincinnati can win 4, Cardinals can lose 4. They're back right there. You know.
Well, the trade deadline ends till the 31st, so they have some. All these teams have time. That's why we're making these predictions. Obviously, we might be wrong. We might be right. You know, but you know, I just don't think the Red Sox have it yet. I think they're lacking a little bit of pitching and just a little bit of their offense. They're lacking a little bit, but I think they sell. You know, I think they sell.
All right.
Last team we talked about them already. Like I said, it was iffy because I think Boston is gonna be buyers, but also they're gonna trade someone, and I think I'm gonna mention it a little bit, but they are gonna kind of be on the fence still, because obviously they've won 10 in a row. But you know, let's get into that. We got top 10 trade candidates. So you know, this is a fun one to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my little chart here that we made up. So first of all, we got some good players gonna get traded, huh? I'm excited.
Hey, And who knows who else?
Yeah, yeah. Who knows who else? But for the top 10 trade candidates, the first person we got here is Jordan Duran from the Boston. Everyone's talking about him that he might get traded. Padres. I've been hearing a bunch of rumors for the Padres. I don't know who the Padres would give up necessarily, but they need an outfielder. Padres do. He's cheap, controllable outfielder with speed and elite defense, and a top target if Boston begins to sell it off veterans. I think he moves. I think they trade him. Everyone's talking about it because I'm gonna say Jaron Duran is gonna get traded. What are your thoughts?
When you mentioned the Padres, it's a good fit, and he can grow with Manny Machado and Tatis, obviously, and the Padres will probably give up like a guy Leo DeBris or even Ethan Salas. I saw DeBris right here in 66ers. For those of you that don't know, I'm right here in San Bernardino, and the Angels still play here to this year, and they were playing the Padres minor league, and I saw Leo DeBris. Man, that kid can run. He's got pop, and he's smart too. So you never know if he gets traded for that piece for the Padres.
Yeah. I mean, the weakness for the Padres are left field. So he is the left fielder, and right now the Padres are one game behind the wild card, so they're technically out of playoff competition. But I mean, by only one game, so not a big deal. But best match for me, gonna call it. I'm gonna say, much as I'm a Dodger fan, and I don't want to see him go in there because he's really good.
Yeah.
I just think he goes to the Padres. That's the only thing I can think of that he's going to go there.
Okay.
So, we'll go with that, and we'll see what will happen. So I'm curious to see where he goes, man. You can name out the next guy here on the list.
Yeah, so we got 2022 Cy Young winner returning from Tommy John. Teams may buy low, hoping he regains ace, and that's going to be Mr. Sandy Alcantara, starting pitcher with the Marlins. When he's on, he's on. I saw him against my Halos one time, and man, he was dominating.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the team that's going to go after him are going to be the Chicago Cubs. Okay. I think the Chicago Cubs, their weakness is starting pitching right now. So, I think he goes to the Cubs. I think that's going to be a good match for them. Again, I like I said, I don't know. He's been really bad as of late. He's not at his form that we've seen him as a Cy Young. But I think they trade for him, man. I think he's a good piece. I think a different scenario or scenery will be good for.
Definitely. It's always been like that for a lot of players in baseball. They're with the American or Nationals or vice versa, or even within the same league, and they go somewhere else, and it's a new scenery for them. It's like they just start, flourishing better and making better progress.
Yeah, that's true, man. So I think for the next guy on here, our third candidate here, Zach Gallen from the Arizona. He's underperforming right now. He's been pretty bad, man. But I do think if the D-backs are going to be sellers, I think that he goes to the Mets. Their weakness is pitching depth. Okay. So I see Zach Gallen going to the Mets.
I'm gonna throw you a curveball, and I see him going to my Angels.
Hey man, I don't. Hey, maybe
because
yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if you heard or seen, but I know we're in the All-Star break, and I miss baseball already. Tomorrow we're back.
Yeah,
but
know, finally,
we sent back Jack Kohanowicz, so he was one of our starters, and so we're gonna be lacking in some starting, starting five, starting six, So I don't know, man, but we have to go against another pitcher, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, I want to say he goes to the Angels. I just don't think he goes to the Angels just because I think the Mets are going to be hot towards him. But, you never know. Maybe the Angels do something, man. They could go after him.
Sandy Alcantara, you never know. We got more pitchers coming up.
Dude, imagine if Sandy goes to you guys.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome, man. So our next guy on the list here, we have Cedric Mullins. He's been the best player for Orioles, man, and obviously the Orioles are having a bad season. Don't know why. I think they're the most disappointing team for me. Still, they just having a horrible season. But Mullins, man, he's having a good season. He's a good outfielder. I believe he's a switch hitter, right?
Is he the one that last year or 2 years ago had like 42 home runs or something like that? You remember that season?
I don't know if it was him.
I gotta look that up because correct me, guys, for those of you that are watching if I'm wrong, but. Remember that guy that had he was just going off of the Orioles?
It was in Santander, right?
Oh, you know what? It might have been him because he's a switch hitter too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. My bad. My apologies.
Yeah. I don't know who would get Mullins, man, because the teams that are buyers right now, I don't know who would go after Mullins.
So here's his stats right now. Sorry, he's batting .218, 13 home runs, 41 RBIs, and his OPS is 713.
It's not bad.
Can you see him with, Angels? What is he? Sorry, what does he play again? Outfielder, right? You said
he plays with the outfield. So I think he either gets traded to the Astros. I'm gonna say the Astros might want to go after him, or maybe the Yankees, I guess,
or even
I don't know.
Even the Rangers.
He is a free agent after this season, so I know the Baltimore Orioles are probably gonna want to get value out of him because he's been their best player.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say the Astros. You know, I'm gonna say the Astros.
I say the Mariners right now. Bring them.
I don't know why I'm saying Astros. I'm going with Astros though. I just feel like the Astros might go after him. You know, why not?
Going back to, like you say, the Padres that need outfielder too. They can probably put him in there, see if he's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Padres too because they need a left fielder, but I think Duran's still a good choice for them. But yeah, like you said, if they miss out on Duran,
correct,
Mullins might go to Padres
to help them out.
So I like that pick as well. All right, let's go to our next pick here, and this is the hottest one that everyone's talking about, even in the All-Star break, even. Eugenio Suarez, man, power hitting corner infielder. He's having another 30 home run season, having a great season. He's an all-star again, I think, for the second time. Yeah, man, I think I don't want him to get traded, and obviously our D-backs are in our division, but I like the competition as a Dodger fan. I'm there, but there's no other team he would go to but the Yankees, man. Yeah, I just think the Yankees go after him pretty hard.
And you know what? The Yankees do have a lot of prospects they can unload too. They have a lot.
Well, yeah, maybe Dominguez, maybe.
He's already up in the big leagues. You think so?
Yeah, but I mean, he could still get traded, man. He could still get traded. Yeah, I could see him get traded just for they're gonna have to give up. I don't think they give up a lot for Suarez, but they're gonna have to give something up for him.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, man. We'll name the next guy on the list here. Yeah.
We got another starting pitcher from the same team, Merrill Kelly. He's a reliable veteran arm with affordable, salary and postseason experience, obviously. Ideal for the playoff bound teams needed rotation depth. I mean, I don't know why, but I'm going to call him going towards
Dodgers? Yeah, nah. No? I like that pick, but I don't think we go after him. Just because I think he's a veteran, he's a little bit older. I don't know who we would trade for him for, but I do think I do see him going to the Giants. Giants, I do see him going to the Giants or the Angels. And the last thing I would say would be the Astros.
Yeah.
I would say maybe probably just throwing the Mets in there, but I think the team that's going to go after him the most will be the Giants.
Probably, so they can make that push towards you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's who I think. But, it would be cool to see him go to the Angels.
Yeah, we definitely need some pitching, like I said. Pitching, and a couple relievers, I will say, too, because, we've been there where we had the leads.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, boom, 3-4 runs like that. And we talk about this all the time. Like, dude, you come in, your coach brings you, do your job. Get 2-3 outs. Let's go. Get in, get out, man. That's where we lack.
Yeah. And you guys just need pitching and relieving, too. Both. You guys are lacking.
We just drafted another 6 pitchers or 5 pitchers in this draft. So, hey, man, in the next 5 years, I do see a lot of potential great players right there.
Yep.
So, pitching-wise.
I agree. Yeah. So, pitching-wise. Next player we got on the list here, Seth Lugo from the Royals.
Another pitcher.
He's pretty good, man. I like him. I like him a lot, actually. And I think, I think he can go to any team, man. Any team who needs any pitching.
Yeah,
he can go anywhere, bro. It's gonna be. I still think the Astros push for him though. I'm telling you, I know you don't like the Astros, nor do I, because they cheated us. That's a long time ago. But I just think the Astros make a good push on a lot of starting pitchers this year. They need pitching. A lot of Angels need pitching. I know Angels. I know Blue Jays need pitching. Blue Jays lack on pitching too. They could probably trade for him or Mitch Keller or even Zach Gallen. I mean, it's endless of trades we're talking about here, but we're just talking about these guys who I think they're gonna go to. Obviously, they're probably not gonna go to those exact teams, but those are just my picks.
Yeah, this is just we're having fun. We're two guys, like you always say, just talking about
two guys just having fun.
How about baseball, man? We love baseball,
man. Yeah. The next one on the list, though, Freddie Peralta. Who do you think? Pitcher. Yeah, another pitcher. I'm telling you. These are just the top 10 trade candidates who I think are going to get traded, man. He's a high-leverage starter, nearing free agency. Milwaukee may trade him to get value before his next winter. So Who do you think Freddie Peralta goes to?
We haven't talked about the Braves too much, but I don't know why I wanted to say Braves, but no, the Braves are not,
Yeah, the
right?
Braves are going to be sellers, though. I think so,
What
right?
about this? The Yankees? Imagine that.
Yeah, maybe.
Peralta to the Yankees.
Peralta. You know what? I do think Freddie might get traded to either the Cubs or they could probably get traded to I would say if Phillies can add another guy in there to their rotation, that'd be set. That'd be really nasty. But I don't think he goes to Phillies.
You could say Cubs.
I don't know.
Cubs might.
Maybe Cubs. I think Cubs.
I say Yankees.
Might go after.
I say Yankees.
Yankees? Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who do you guys think Freddie Peralta, or if he's even gonna get traded? I don't know. You know, he might not even get traded. I don't know. I don't see why they would, but I would see also because he has a lot of value. So maybe. Yeah. I know Yankees traded for Devin Williams for the Brewers, so they already kind of have trades going on. So maybe. You might be right.
Have some communication.
All right, we got next guy. He is a Kyle Finnegan. He is a right-handed pitcher. He's Washington. He was an all-star closer with expensive 2025 numbers. Full trade candidate. He is a good closer for anyone looking for a closer. And that's going to be a bunch of teams, man. A bunch of teams need a closer.
Oh, yeah.
I do think Detroit Tigers might need a closer. I know they might go after David Bednar from the Pirates, but I could see the Detroit Tiger trading for Kyle Finnegan. For sure. Finnegan? Yeah, he's a reliever. He's pretty good. When he faced us, the Dodgers, he was actually pretty nasty. But
imagine the Padres making a push for him too. Telling you.
No, there's a bunch of teams out there, guys. Let us know, who do you guys think's gonna get traded? Who do you really think's gonna get moved, man? These are just our top 10 candidates, but there's a bunch of players we're talking about. Emmanuel Clase might get traded. Johan Duran might get traded. We got we even got from the Dodgers. I mean, Bobby Miller might get traded. I don't know.
There was a rumor too. Now that you're talking about that, the Angels. There was a rumor from the Angels to trade for guys that have been doing pretty solid, like Tyler Anderson.
Yeah.
And obviously, I feel like the Angels sometimes, and hey, man, I've been a fan for many years. You know this. I feel like they like to get banged, meaning like, okay, you're doing so good and you let go of this pitcher and then you get something back expecting better, but it has not happened.
Right.
For example, a pitcher you may know, and you fans out there, Hector Santiago, we let him go just when he was having an all-star season, a couple years back. And it's like, why? If he's having a great season, and man, we're known for that.
All right. Yeah, you guys are known for that, unfortunately. But, we'll see what happens. But we got the last guy on the list here. I'll let you take that off because he actually did play for the Angels.
I actually have his autograph ball, Andrew Heaney. Yeah, I want to get his card one day, hopefully when he comes over to visit us, but I don't know if we're going to see him again this year. Yeah, former Angels, Dodgers, Yankees, now Pittsburgh, correct? Lefty. 1 year deal that he had, serviceable rotation arm. He's really good when he's on. We saw that game. I think he had over 6 or 7 strikeouts against us. And, Heaney can be locked in and he can be good in the playoff push.
Yeah, I do think, like I said, a lot of people need pitching. So I can see him going back to the Angels, and I can also see him going to possibly not the Red Sox, but I would say maybe also possibly going to. Everyone needs pitching, but definitely not going to the Dodgers. I wouldn't think he's going to the Dodgers, but maybe the Cubs. Maybe the Cubs might pick him up. I think they could get him. I don't see why not. He's on a 1 year deal with Pirates, so who knows? So we'll see.
Hey, I wouldn't mind having him back, and if he can give us a solid 5-6 innings, pushing 7, but
yeah. So just to finish up this podcast off, this really good information we're talking about. Appreciate you joining the show too, Mo. I do appreciate that a lot. It's always fun talking about baseball. So I'm gonna go with something real quick. As far as I think the teams that are really in playoff competition, that are really making a World Series push. Yeah. So, I'm not a lot of teams on here that I might not call out, but the teams that I think are going to be like top dogs, I'm going to go with them right here. So for the first team I got is Detroit Tigers. They're first place in the AL Central, 59-35. Their weakness right now is swing and miss relievers. So like I said, they could trade for Dave Bednar. They could get Cat Smith for the Cleveland Guardians and Griffin Jackson and the Minnesota Twins. Those are all possibly chances. They pick those guys up because they do need relievers. They only got like Will Vest and Tommy Cano. I can't even pronounce his name.
Cano. I think it's Cano.
Cano, yeah.
Is it Kahle?
Kahnle.
I think it's Cano. I think it's like a sign.
Yeah, something like that. But I do think that team are gonna make a hard push in the trade deadline to get relievers. So I don't know exactly who they're gonna get, but I know they're gonna try to go for some relievers. So just be on the lookout, guys, for relievers for the Detroit Tigers. Next on my list is Houston Astros for 43 and 38 in first place in the AL West. Their weakness is starting pitching and left-handed hitters. Best match would be Seth Lugo for me. I think Seth Lugo goes to the Astros. The Astros lost Alex Bregman. They lost Kyle Tucker. But without Jordan Alvarez, that's their best hitter. They're looking for some bats in there. For maybe Steven Kwan from the Cleveland Guardians could go there. They might trade him since the Guardians might sell. But there's just a bunch of those are the teams that I think they're going to go for pitching and left-handed hitting is going to be the Astros. Next on my list is going to be Toronto Blue Jays. 44 and 39 and their first place. I don't know how they're in first place, but they are in first place in the American League East. Their weakness is starting pitching, so I can see them going. The best match will be Mitch Keller. They can also go for from Zach Gallen. They can go for Cantara. I mean, endless of pitchers out there right now, right?
Yeah.
So that's the team that I think are gonna go for kind of pitching. Now, on my list again here, I got, of course, the New York Yankees. They're second place right now because they've been slumping, but their weakness is third base and pitching. So again, I think the Eugenio Suarez goes to the Yankees.
Yankees.
They could also get a Seth Lugo. They can get a Emmanuel Clase maybe, since the Guardians are selling. So who knows who they go for? But just look out for that. They're going to be pushing hard for pitching and for a third baseman because they're going to go hard this year. Since they lost last year in the World Series, I know they're going to go hard.
Yeah.
Next team I got here is their third place actually. Is the Tampa Bay Rays. The weakness is relief pitching. I think their starting pitching is pretty good. You got Taj Bradley. They got a couple guys in there that I think are pretty solid. But, they can go for Griffin Jacks from the Minnesota Twins. I think, they're on the fence of buying or selling, but I do think they're going to make a playoff push. So I think just look out for them trading for relief pitching. Next on my list here, we got Seattle Mariners. They're 48 and 44, second place in the AL West, which that's in your league, Mo. I think the best match they'll trade for is Josh Naylor from the D-backs. I think they need a corner infielder. That's their weakness. Their pitching is fine, but their offense, they need some that special guy, and I think Josh Naylor really makes a big push for them. So being a lookout for that, they're going to make a push for one of those guys out there. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who they can go for. Next up is the Boston Red Sox. The 49 and 45. They're fourth, but like I said, they're tied for the third wild card in their leagues. They need relief pitching. So for me, it's going to be Ryan Hesley. That's their best match. So being a lookout, they could go for Johan Duran. They can go for Finnegan. Hey, Estevez maybe. I don't know. There's a bunch of players who could get traded. So just being a lookout for Boston to get relief pitching. Now, 56 and 38 are my Los Angeles Dodgers. First place in the NL West. Weakness, it's funny, is pitching depth. Yeah, it's always our weakness every single year, bro. But
it's just...
Yeah, always hurt. Always hurt. You gotta look into the
injury.
Always hurt, man. But I do think everyone comes back healthy, and we're gonna have a really good rotation, and we're gonna be good for starting for the playoffs. But we lack off relieving. Tanner Scott has been horrible for us, even though he's the highest paid reliever. He's been really bad, Mo. He's been really bad for us. So I do think our best match would be Johan Duran.
To go after him.
I think we're gonna go after him. Yeah, I don't know who we're trading, but I think he would be. If we want to go back to back to have him on our team, please. We need him.
Johan Duran?
Yeah, Johan Duran. So got the team here. Chicago Cubs, they're first place in the NL Central. Weakness is starting pitching. So I think they go for Alcantara, Zach Gallen. I just think they need some pitching. So being a lookout for some pitching for the Cubs. Got the Phillies. I do think the weakness is bullpen and outfield. So, being a lookout, they might get Emmanuel Clase, maybe Steven Kwan, maybe there's a bunch of players they could get, so I think that would be good for them. New York Mets, pitching depth is a weakness. Like I said, Zach Gallen, a lot of pitchers. Maybe Taj Bradley from the Rays, who knows? But being a lookout for pitching depth for the Mets. They're hot, but their weakness is power. They don't have a lot of power in that lineup. I think they're gonna go for Ryan O'Hearn from the Orioles. He has a good pop. I think he really gets going for them. So we got two teams left here, which will be on the NL West, which is the Giants. Weakness, starting pitching. Again, I think they go for Merrill Kelly, Alcantara. They already got Devers, so they're good. So we'll see what Buster Posey cooks up, but they'll be on the lookout for starting pitching. And the last but not least is San Diego Padres. Left field is their weakness, so Johan Duran are for sure going to be trading for him. Maybe some pitching, but I think they're fine. So I think Duran is going to get that maybe And the last team really have, I think, I know that they were the last team, but out of my league, I think the last team that I might make a kind of a big push that we're not really looking at is the Cardinals. Their weakness is pitching, so they can probably trade for Taj Bradley from the Rays. So those are the teams that I think are like kind of like teams that are like really gonna make a real deep postseason push.
Yeah, we'll see how the predictions run, and we can possibly, excuse me, join you guys in a couple. Obviously we're trying to do this once a week, twice a week, and then we'll see where it goes next week. A week from today, what's today? Thursday. Yeah. So mark your calendars. We'll see how it goes next week.
Yeah, trade deadline is on the 31st of July. We will. We're gonna try our best to, post on who gets traded. Like I said, we just started this podcast. It's kind of been, busy with work, Mo, and we work and we have families. Everyone understands that. So we're really trying our best. So that's why I say I appreciate Mo spending an hour of his time on this podcast with me, and we're doing this show. So we're going to try our best to kind of keep you guys updated on who gets traded. We'll make posts about it, but most importantly, we're going to be doing 1 episodes per week, and we want to just talk about baseball. Like today, we're talking about who's getting traded, who do we think is going where. So yeah, we're going to go live too. So if we see someone who gets traded, we'll go live and kind of talk about it real quick. And, just make sure to check us out, Pick Sports Media. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and, even TikTok. So we'll keep you guys updated on kind of what's going on with baseball.
Sounds good. One thing that I wanted to mention real quick, a little bit going back to the All-Star game. They finally wore the jerseys. My favorite and your favorite jerseys. That was cool.
We were talking about that on the last podcast. They probably heard us, They're like, oh, hey, we heard Pick Sports Media talking about it. So,
that was fun.
We got to change those jerseys. That was fun. I really enjoyed watching. Shout out to Kikuchi. He did not pitch. I'm really disappointed. But I like how he was an all-star. He really deserves it. And hopefully he does not get traded. I don't think he will.
No, I think he still has a 2-year contract?
He has like 3 years left, no?
3 years, yeah. If anything, it might be Tyler Anderson, but no, I don't think so. We need to pitch.
Yeah, because Tyler Anderson's a free agent after this season. So maybe. So, that being said, guys, let us know, who do you think is going to get traded? Who do you think is going to be buyers? Who do you think is going to be sellers? And most importantly, who do you think is going to win the World Series? So with our predictions here, we're going to go with predictions here, Mo. I'm going to let you go first. Hey, you could be honest. You can say
do I be realistic or do I be with what I want?
Realistically? No, I mean, you never know. But let me know who's gonna win it.
How about this? I'm just going to throw it out there, the Cubs.
Cubs, huh?
I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. Just have some fun.
All right. You know what? Everyone's going Cubs. Everyone's saying Astros too. I don't like that. But, as being realistically, man, if Dodgers can stay healthy and have their healthy rotation going in October, I don't see no one beating us. So I say if Dodgers healthy and go into October healthy, Dodgers. But if not, I think I'm going to go with the same with Yumo, Cubs.
Let's go to Vegas, baby.
Let's go to Vegas, baby. Vegas. Price picks on that. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching the episode, man. We really enjoy doing these things. So let us know, what do you guys think again? What do you guys think about our predictions? Are we wrong? Are we right? Who did we miss? A comment down below. And yeah, man, check us out on YouTube and watch the podcast, man. And hopefully you guys are having a good day and good night. And baseball's tomorrow, so let's get going and we'll see who gets traded. How much?
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm off tomorrow, so definitely going to be watching baseball for the most of the day. I got some errands to do.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun. Let us know. Comment below. Subscribe. Share the page with your loved ones, friends, anybody, man. Your grandma, grandpa, tios, vecino, everybody.
All those, man. Tios, amigos, exes, maybe too. Maybe. You never know. But, all right, guys. That being said, guys, you guys have a good one. Peace.